Welcome to another great review from G2G Evolved, and today we have Metal Gear Solid: The Phantom Pain, and this title is the latest installment in the franchise and it's all for revenge. So currently G2G is playing this title on both the Xbox One and the PS4, and we'll be talking about the game as a whole, so sit back, relax as we go through Metal Gear: The Phantom Pain. Right, now let's talk a little bit about the backstory. If you haven't already played the prologue Ground Zero, well don't worry, I have you covered. The backstory is part of a sub-series of prequels in the Metal Gear series taking place after Metal Gear Solid Peace Walker. Ground Zero is a standalone game and plays the first part of the Metal Gear Phantom Pain, so it's a prequel and allows you to get used to the game and test out what the new engine's about, but actually has a little story, as I say, a little prequel. So it shows Snake infiltrating an American black site in Cuba called Camp Omega, attempting to rescue a Cypher agent called Paz and a child soldier called Jericho. At the end of the mission you'll see this epic cutscene showing the fall of Mother Base and the legendary hero Snake himself. This then sets the tone for the next 9 years as you awaken from a coma. Together with your new team Ocelot and Miller, you must rebuild Mother Base and establish a new army called the Diamond Dogs. Only then will you find revenge on Cypher. Metal Gear aims to give the best explosive conclusion to Metal Gear. Now let's talk a little bit about the story of this game. The game is set in 1984 and follows the mercenary leader, Big Boss, Snake, as he ventures into Afghanistan to take revenge on the people who destroyed his forces and came close to killing him during the climax of Ground Zero. Right, let's talk a little bit about the gameplay now. In Metal Gear Solid: The Phantom Pain, you take the role of Big Boss, Punish Venom Snake in this new open world experience. The gameplay is the same way they left it with Ground Zero, with the way that you sneak around from several points in the game world, avoiding enemy guards and remaining undetected for parts of the game. The game offers the same equipment as you would get in any other Metal Gear Solid experience, with the way that you have your equipment layouts such as pistols, assault rifles, binoculars, maps and explosives. The game still tries to encourage you to do the missions without alerting enemies and getting through without killing, by tranquilising them or using QCB to take out your enemies. Don't get me wrong, this is hard to do without getting frustrated half the time because the game is so big and you're always watching your back because of wildlife within the game as well. You can call in your support chopper to take you from place to place or ride your horse from area to area. Also, you can jump into tanks and trucks and use these to sneak your way into enemy compounds undetected, or scour rock faces for shortcuts to find different routes in. So basically you can jump into the back of a truck, make sure the driver gets in, drives you into the compound, or drives you past a heavily fortified compound to help you take on different targets or rescue prisoners and get that S rank you deserve. As I mentioned before, you can get support that you can call in against enemy soldiers within an area. When you progress through the story, you can call in an AI companion and a DD, a trained wolf acquired from the battlefield of war-torn Africa as a pup and trained on your new Mother Base to assist you in the battlefield. The downside to one of your companions is your horse. They doesn't seem to jump over certain rocks within the game, causing you to get stuck from time to time. That is the only problem I've had so far with that horse. So you might hear me talking a lot about the Mother Base. Well, it's the same as the Mother Base you'd find in Peace Walker. The game offers that base building feature that allows you to develop weapons and items from the field and take them down and send them back to the base to get converted to your private army, allowing the base to grow as an organisation. So let's talk a little bit about the graphics and the audio and the multiplayer. So let's start with the graphics. Graphics are both stunning on the Xbox One and the PS4, but the PS4 offers a little bit better texturing filtering than the Xbox One, but the difference is really small. If you want to check this out, you can find that out on YouTube, but as I say, you probably won't even notice it, but this is what players are reporting, but you get this. Other than that, it looks stunning on the Xbox One and the PS4 as far as I know. Now, the audio cuts out occasionally when the video cannot keep up with the audio or something like that, so the video still keeps going, but you get the occasional little bit of a judder in the audio, but don't worry about that. You don't really notice it all the time. It's just little bits and pieces, that's all. The multiplayer, as far as we know, is under maintenance and we cannot connect online yet, but the review of this section will be published after the launch of the online mode, and I'll get a video together, show you what it's all about, and you know, give you a little bit of a heads up of what to do on the multiplayer side of things. So I'm going to give you an overall verdict now. The gameplay I'm going to give an 8 out of 10, the audio a 7 out of 10, I'm going to give the graphics a 10 out of 10, and the multiplayer is unknown. So I'm your boy King Wybrow for Gamer to Gamer Evolved, and this was a review of Metal Gear Solid: The Phantom Pain. Thank you very much for watching, subscribe and like, and we'll see you next time.